Hello, I'm Olmec, and welcome to the legends of the ruined temple. Tonight, you must enter the shrine of the silver monkey, but beware of the zombies that claim corners of your pendants while you're, hooked up on sugar so you can't play the game properly, because I don't want you to win my prizes. That's dumb! Yes, I like that show. I was always annoyed that no one goes. I'm like, even as a kid, you're like, oh, come on, someone has to have won. The wins were so minimal. At least the Guts one, they were fair, as far as I know. Why don't we have stuff like Guts? We have like Ninja Warrior, but Guts was so much better. Come on, Neil. Come on, Neil. What about that slam ball? It's like basketball with a trampoline. Just a little bit of swimming. That's about it. Not nearly as bad. If you really don't have the napalm launcher, I pity you. Gonna just do that, I guess. They're moving slow enough. Now here's what I don't know, is if they're burning and they fall in the water, do they live? As far as I know, these enemies don't actually function underwater, maybe? I don't actually know. So I went down to check, and I didn't see them there. There are cultists that go down there, so never mind that. What I did find out is if there's a hellhound hanging around the dock here, and if the hellhound goes underwater, it dies immediately. So thank you, developers, for allowing that to happen. And this is the only level in which it happens, as far as I know, so it's good to try it out then, just to show you why it's a dumb fucking idea. So if you can, any situation in which you can let the hellhounds go in the water, let them do that. Just let them do that. It only makes sense. What's going on up here with the creaking and the cracking and the kraken that you must releasing with the spy doors that make me go dizzy and sick, and I'm gonna throw up the stairs. I'm not gonna fall down the stairs. I'm gonna fall up the stairs and throw down. When I lost my vertigo, I'm stopped. Shoot him. Shoot him. Step 3. Shoot anyone else. Alright. Feeling the essence of the living. I don't know why it says life essence when it's clearly I'm taking someone's beating heart, a la Kano, a la that guy in Indiana Jones. I rip the hearts out from their chest and say Kalima. Assuming it works that way, not gonna attempt that. Gonna suck. Sure are a lot of zombies outside these places, these corners of our stores. But why is the temple ruined? I ruined it. No, maybe it's, like I said, it's called postmortem, so maybe some of the stuff is just an aftermath sort of thing. All I can guess is this episode is Caleb cleaning up shit. Kind of similar to the I Flesh Consume Doom guys like, I'm just cleaning this shit up. Even though I think that one's set like somewhere between Doom 1 and Doom 2, where he's like on Earth or something. I don't know. That was never clear to me. The story of first-person shooters. Although you can make a really good story of first-person shooters. But then you have these Half-Life likes where it becomes less of a game and more of a storytelling device, which is fine. But you have to understand, a genre doesn't transform that way. Or you can't obsolete a genre, is what I'm saying. Have you ever heard of a genre that's been obsolete? I dare you. There's been derivatives of it that seem cool because they're fresh and new, but the original versions don't actually die. So if you're looking for like 50s style rock made in the year 2022, I'm sure it's somewhere. I guess I could go check out the Bandcamp sites or whatever and find out. But I would be looking for like, I want to see if there's people doing new grunge, and there probably are. It's not even like it's obscure; it's just not popular anymore. So it's not even if I believe I'm a hipster. It's if you believe I'm a hipster, because the liking something based on how much it is liked is probably a bad idea. Even though that's kind of how money works, for some goddamn reason. Shouldn't be mathematical; it's psychological. And if you try to itemize people's psychology with numbers, you're doing it wrong. Lava plants that are on lava. This really does have the makings of zombies ate my neighbor level. But Gaming Wolf, when are you gonna help me zombies ate my neighbors? Soon. TM. I have plans. Let's put it that way. When I've gone through everything else, then we can make requests like that. How about that? It's not as if I don't keep taking them, but it's more like I don't get very many. So, you bring it up to me, we talk, we do stuff, you know. You should know that I'm not going to do something just because you ask. It's not even because I don't like you. It's simply because, do I think I can do this within a reasonable amount of time? It's one of those things. But now, at least, we can say, soon, from now, probably when this video is released even, is that I should have the necessary resources to do most of your requests, provided the game hasn't been released within the last 2 years. That should be good enough for most everyone's requests. At least when it comes to modding stuff, because source ports can hog up your RAM for some stupid-ass reason. That always annoys me. It's like, wow! It's like playing Doom with system requirements 30 years in the future. It's like, damn, that's not efficient. You want to save the planet, play old games. They use hardly any power at all. That's my statement, and I'm stating with it. Would be a shame if someone blew up that brick wall. So much for the stand-up. More like it's going to be sit-down comedy, because you have to sit down and enjoy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we have enemies in our secrets, because we're classy as fuck. That's what we are. Actually, this secret's probably a very dangerous one. So if you see what's going to happen, there's going to be explosions! Well, actually, no, enemies. And then there's going to be explosions. Give it a moment. There they are. The explosions. Ah! That definitely feels like a legend. This is definitely an Indiana Jones moment. Come on now. That's right, son. I named you after my dog. Damn you, Sean! Damn you! He took us from our life. One more type with rifing it up in my life. I see. There is Dr. No One here. At least not that anyone Doctor knows of. So I'm not being a part of Doctor none of this. Because I do not give Doctor no shit. Again! This time with a turret. I've had it with your shit game. Turret time! Yeah, I get more turret usage every day. I become stronger. Oh, shit. Oh, boy. It's a disaster! The master of disaster. Of paper-mache plaster. It's Gaming Wolf with his failure to do anything. Possibly. You don't know, you try it. Whenever I see something do something in a video game and a YouTube video, it's like, I could do this. I go ahead and try doing it. Instead of being like, you suck. I mean, I could say you suck, but I think the only time I am privy to criticizing someone in that way is when they forget stuff that they've learned. Then I begin to criticize it, because it's like, your past self was able to do this. What happened, man? You know. Not to say I'll immediately know that kind of stuff, so I don't always point out. I was like that. I'd point out if you were stupid, and I probably will do that too, but not without me knowing you personally. Maybe. You don't know. I don't know either. Perhaps we all don't know, and a little big fucking mother spider is not going to change that. Shh, that doesn't look like the kind of mirror texture in which little Calebs come out, unfortunately. I know you want those little baby Calebs. We all like them. Meanwhile, off to the side, I decided to use some proximity bombs for whatever reason. Is that supposed to be helpful? I don't know. I can't quite figure out which way they're going, so eventually they're going to have to hit it. Or whatever, man. Look, this world ain't big enough for the two of us, spiders. Why don't you just do some web crawling and go on the net and surf it? what was with our lingo back then? It's like, I still think of downloading as I originally heard the thought in the 90s on AOL. Me thinking it's still like a brand new term. I remember downloading like it was yesterday. I downloaded the shit out of those pictures. 56K kilobyte connection. Here we come. Every few seconds another line would come down and be like, what's it gonna be? And you start seeing here, it's like, oh, it's a face. And it's dead. Congrats. Did I ever tell about the precursor of the MMO called the MUD, the multi-user dungeon?
I need a key.
Here's a real question. You guys still using BBSs? I know they existed. Exist still. But I almost am afraid to ask if anyone knows anyone with that kind of stuff. Because it just feels like... I don't know. Let's just say if the internet goes bonkers, we have that to fall back on. Assuming we know anyone to dial, but it's like we don't have any super BBS thing where it's like we directly call someone's phone number in order to get internet. Because at least that way it would just be, you know, it wouldn't exactly be an internet. It would just be like whatever number you dial at that point, which I guess is the equivalent of typing a website. But with a difference, I don't know. All I'm saying is the phone companies are about to eat a shit with people's internet being like, oh man, why didn't we have these gigabytes before when we were totally capable of? Oh my god, socks. Yeah. Kind of good with what I have now. Although, when I get a thunderstorm, I mean, there's not really a way to work around having internet at that point. And I can't blame anyone. Because even if my internet was working during a thunderstorm, you know, chances are the power's gonna fuck up, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I mean, if the power's gonna fuck up, I have other problems. At least when my internet's down, I can be like, I can still do stuff with whatever I had backed up, you know. You know what I do when I run out of games to test when my power's out? I'll give you a hint. I still do it. No, trick question. I don't run out of video games during a power outage. Now, if it lasts for more than a day, then yeah, maybe I do run out. It's just how much battery does that Switch have? Let's find out. It's kind of impressive how long it lasts, though. Because I think my Nintendo Switch lasts longer than putting 4 batteries in a Game Boy used to. So it's got that going for it. It's just... kind of feel bad as a kid because I'm like, oh my god, how much money did I waste asking for more batteries for this thing? Yeah, guilt trips. Those are the kinds of things I like to hear about myself. Woohoo! Error. The terror of the night. I am Bloodman. Bloodman, dun 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 dun. Bloodman, dun 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 dun. Bloodman. Dun dun blood man, dun 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 dun. Just sing in a way that kind of reminds you of what you're actually trying to say, but not sound like it at all because copyright. I think someone picked up on my habit of doing that, is now trying it themselves, and I'm just like, good. Let the learning commence. Let the learning in the hallway. This is another one of those levels where you can kind of approach it a few ways. Just a few, though. It makes it a little difficulter on me because I have to figure out where them secrets is. It's fine for survival purposes. Plus, I kind of want to know, you know, because of the way a lot of these levels can be designed, there could be some good-ass power-ups that are not part of the secret. They're just, like, sitting there and you're like, oh, I feel stupid for not getting this. Usually happens to me with Guns Akimbo and Life Seeds. Those are the most common power-ups that are not necessarily requiring being of a secret. I am kind of peeved that we don't do the episode 3 thing or so, where items come out of enemies like Life Seeds. So, if you make a blood level, make more items come out of enemies. It's nice. In fact, make every enemy have a probability to drop something. Like Heretic does. Oops. Yeah, that reminded me. I had a theory for what the boss of Heretic, the last boss of episode 3, would drop. I talk about it in my playthrough of Heretic, so go watch that. And I'm like, yeah, everything should drop something, even the final boss, when you don't even need any items. That was my point. That's when you get the Infinity Plus 1 sword, and you're like, oh, wait, but I won already. What do I need this for? I don't know, but here's a drop. Cool. What the hell is this room? And why is it flashing? What exactly is that? It looks like an N64 thingy. Looks like Mario needs to jump on that and get up there. How many bucks does it take to get the sucks? 100. And he's burning, and you're dying, and I have had enough. Wow. Fucking massacred to hell in the Baxes. By Taraxis. Fine Firaxis. Alright, yeah. Get that weird sound again. I guess this is some kind of obelisk thing? Alright, I will describe this as an obelisk. It's the best I can do with a shape like that, with a geometric shape. Actually, no, wait. It's 2 obelisks. So maybe something happens when you go in the center? I don't think it's nice to have explosives with a ghost. Because you can't really kill a ghost with explosions, now can you? Trust me, I've played Pokemon and I've seen people self-destruct. I've seen the AI be like, I'm going to self-destruct against you. I'm like, I'm using a ghost, idiot. And it's like, I'm stupid! It's a great parlor trick. It's like, aha, go ahead and explode, jackass. Yeah, ghost types are pretty rad. When they're not half poison. Oh, well, at least poison types get something to do with the fairy types. So that's cool. I used to be pretty big on Pokemon, like, even bigger than I currently am. Where it's just, now it's more of like a... I have knowledge of how to do it if I ever want to get back into it. Which I could do, again. But, it kind of... It's not that I didn't like its lack of originality, because I could say that about a lot of games like that. But it was just, I got sick of grinding, generally, as a game mechanic. Where it was more about how much time you put in the game in order to succeed, rather than just playing well. You know? Basically busy work in the form of a game. And I'm not playing a video game for busy work. That's silly. You're silly. Now, it's not to say a game can't have a grind mechanic, because, you know, sometimes I like a game enough to overlook its minor percentage of grinding, which can happen with some things, like if I want 1-ups or something, you know. But mainly for RPG games. Now, that's not a problem if you're doing tabletop, because you can kind of control the flow without any problems. But when you're designing a video game, you don't really know which way the player's going to play, so you kind of have to set these limits, and that's just... I don't even think that's necessarily a flaw of game design. I think that's just a reality flaw. We can't really do anything about that, man. And this door, it has got the sigil of my life. Wow, that was cool. I ruined those temples with my power of my temples in my head. Your body's a temple too, you know.